I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33, and our mind and our imagination can either be best friends or they could be worst enemies with us, depending on what we do with them. When we are given information about a picture, the bigger picture in the world, and we're given drips of information, but we don't have the whole picture. What we do with that information, what we focus on, can determine our outcome and how we live our life. And whether you believe that you are a manifester, that you're a creator, that what you believe on a deep level and what you act in plays out, or even if you don't believe in the manifestation stuff, if you simply believe that what you pay attention to is going to consume more of your being and affect your quality of life, whichever way you believe, your quality of existence is going to be affected. And this could apply to relationships that are, again, in the process of growing, but are a little uncertain. And you can focus on those uncertainties, those things that may be triggered by a traumatic attachment style that is your dominant pattern. Say if you're anxious, you fear being rejected and abandoned, and you're always assuming that's going to play out in any relationship, and you're always looking for evidence of how that's going to play out. And then you start acting, putting pressure on a person, trying to get certainty, trying to get them into commitments, and you end up chasing them away. You end up manifesting that reality. Or this could be in just following narratives of chaos, narratives of uncertainty in the world, what's up in the news, and making drastic lifestyle changes with just bits of information where you don't have the big picture of, as opposed to looking at bigger trends over time. And I think it's important always, what I find is we go for what we want, regardless of what the world, what the 3D reality tells us, regardless of the chaos in the world. You always need to be clear on what you want, and you go for that. You go for what you want. And when you're consciously going for what you want and working with what you've got, then sometimes I find you feel a little bit more empowered. You are moving towards something. At least you feel like you're moving towards something. You're building something. You're creating something, as opposed to simply reacting and fearing that the rug is going to be pulled out from under you. And I find, again, a lot in the conspiracy world, so much of the truther world I can find kind of toxic, because so much of it is about reacting and staying a victim to what elite power structures are doing to you. And again, I think it's important to be aware of agendas. It's important to be aware of how power works in the world. But we're all going to die at some point. Our existence is going to come to an end at some point. And if we're always reacting and always in a fear and panic mode, then the quality of being and the gift of life that we have here and now is diminished. And as I said, we're not going to be here forever. Every moment counts. So we might as well make the most of it and go for what we want. Build what is meaningful to us with what we have to work with. And with that being said, I'm going to end this transmission. Be strong, be well, my friends, and I'll see you on the other side.